Hi everyone, today I'm just going to do a super quick tutorial on how to do what is called a double magic ring. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, that's what I call it. But if you're making projects with a magic ring, especially like clothes, and they fall apart a lot, one of the reasons is because you might be doing a single magic ring and the double one is a lot more secure. So get the end of your yarn like so, and I like to use 2 fingers, and you're going to wrap over once, twice, and 3 times. So the end is at the top and you have 3 loops. Get your hook. I'm using a 2.5mm, you can do it with any size hook, any size yarn. You're going to go under the first 2 loops, grab this 3rd one, pull through, and then twist up. And then I like to pinch here just so it doesn't unravel. You can take it off your fingers and you can see you have these 2 loops. Now you're going to yarn over and chain 1 and then tighten, and this basically secures those 2 loops. Now they're not going to unravel anywhere. Now I like to chain an extra one just because it makes doing the second round easier. You don't have to if you don't want to. And then I'm going to work 6 single crochets into both loops just because that's usually the most common thing that a pattern will ask you to do, at least for me, because I do a lot of amigurumi and usually 6 is what they want from you. Once you've done whatever stitches you need to work into your loop, pull your hook out, leaving a loop so that it doesn't untangle, and then you should have one end here. Now you're going to pull this end a little bit but not all the way, and you can see whichever loop got smaller, you're now going to grab that one and pull it completely the other way to close the second loop, like so, as tight as you can so there's no hole, and then pull that end and it will close completely. Now you can put your hook back in and you have a magic ring. And as you can see, now that we've done the chain at the start, it's up a little bit, so it makes it a lot easier to, say if I was going to do 6 increases for the next row, it makes it easier to work into that, but you are left with a little bit of a bump. But it does make it easier, especially if you're working with plush yarn. So yeah, that's the tutorial. Tried to make it as quick as possible for you guys, but this is a super good technique for especially wearables. I know a lot of granny square cardigans, the granny squares start falling apart, like the hexagon ones, because they're under the armpit, and all that rubbing can fall it apart. If you want to make it extra secure, obviously weave in your end and then use a felting needle to stab the end, and then it will felt in with the yarn, so it's less likely to unravel even more. But just doing the double magic ring instead of the single should help it less likely to unravel. It probably still will over time, but it's more secure. So yeah, hope that was helpful. I might do some more just basic crochet tutorials rather than like pattern tutorials if people are interested. I might make this a series. But yeah, thank you for watching.